Hello and welcome to Talking Football. After a 2-week break, we're back with a Monday edition, and today we will dedicate all the show to La Liga, with the dramas both on and off the pitch. With me here to do it, our football analyst Yoav Borowitz and Michael Friedman, who takes a look at the global press. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
Luis Enrique and Leo Messi may have their differences, but on the pitch, Barcelona wins a tough match. There may also be a Ronaldo-Bale conflict on the rise, but it doesn't stop Real Madrid from winning, and one of the two megastars will probably be crowned as the Ballon d'Or later tonight. All this and much more coming up just now. We begin with Barcelona and the war of words between the manager and the big star. Leo Messi and Luis Enrique reportedly gave an ultimatum to the club last week. It's either me or him. But ever since, Barcelona has two great victories, one in the Copa del Rey against Elche and an even bigger one last night, 3-1 against champions Atletico Madrid. This is the case where, if the team wins, everyone backs off for a while. All is good, at least on the surface.
Yeah, winning cures everything, they say. And because, when losing, all the bad things come out. Winning, it's all quiet. But we know it's not exactly the case. You can win and still inside the locker room there are a lot of conflicts. And in Barcelona, the situation is quite frisky. Just like, with the coach and Messi and the other two stars, Neymar and Suarez. But last night against Atletico, suddenly for the first time, they got the three big stars. Messi, Neymar, Suarez, all of them scored. The three kings from South American football. Finally doing it all together, and this is what Barcelona paid for. This is what Barcelona wished for. It happened a long time. So far we've seen Messi playing incredibly this year, Neymar starting great but slowing down a bit, Suarez not really getting into the swing of things in Barcelona, but lately he's improving. Neymar is coming back to his old form, and Messi is Messi. So when those three are on top of their game, Barcelona can compete against Real Madrid. But let's not forget, they're 1 point behind and they have one more game
in hand for Real Madrid.
Potentially 4 points behind. And La Liga, 4 points, is quite a margin.
And a beautiful shot here. This one, Neymar, Messi and Suarez, all of them together celebrating. Very important for the club. Michael, I want to ask you, yes, the team won, but at the end of the day, the press is very much concerned with what happened there. A player reportedly given an ultimatum to the club, you fire the coach. That's something we don't see every day.
Of course. The Guardian headlines read, Lionel Messi ends crisis week with Barcelona win over Atletico Madrid. So this win was huge with the whole crisis going on. There was so much talks in the media, what was going on between Puyol leaving and Andoni Zubizarreta leaving. And there were so many rumors about what's going to happen with the fact that Messi might possibly go to a Premier League side and the problems within Enrique. So this win was great. It was important because who knows, if they had lost, it's very possible Enrique could have been on the chopping block and gone. But the president said, the players stepped up. Messi was huge, and at the end of the day, there was huge chants at the stadium where they're screaming Messi, Messi, Messi.
No, that's also a message. Now, Yoav, I want to take you to the other team here, Atletico Madrid. They lost 3-1. Maybe it's just too much to ask Atletico Madrid to beat Real Madrid and Barcelona 4 days apart. They're big. Maybe they're not that big.
Exactly. They're a very good team. We saw it last year. We see it this year. But it's extremely tough to play against teams that have so much more money, so much more star power. So for Atletico, they come as underdogs. When they come and playing Real Madrid and Barcelona, they're underdogs. Now, in the last few years, they were able to still, beat the chances, beat the odds. But it can't happen every time. And Barcelona were just too strong when those three huge superstars. And we're talking Atletico Madrid, they don't have this quality. They don't have the quality of those top three players. When they're strong, Barcelona will be strong.
Yeah, absolutely. So Atletico Madrid, maybe they're good, but not as good. Now we move to Real Madrid, who beat Espanyol 3-0 at home. The Merengues are back to winning ways after 2 straight defeats, one in the league and one in the cup. But Yoav, since the beginning of the season, we praised Carlo Ancelotti for being able to maintain all the stars together in one group. Now for the second week in a row, we're hearing Ronaldo says this about Bale. Bale all of a sudden feeling more independent than last season. that's a potential big problem for this club.
It is, because we're talking the two biggest stars, alongside Benzema. We can even say that Benzema is a little bit beyond Bale and Ronaldo. So, yeah, if there will be a clash of egos there, this is really harmful.
And here Bale taking a free kick instead of Ronaldo. I'm sure Ronaldo doesn't like it.
For sure, because Ronaldo is king in Santiago Bernabeu. He's their best player. He's probably the best player in the world. We'll talk later about the Ballon d'Or. He might win it tonight. He's a favorite. But Gareth Bale is a top 10 footballer in the world.
Absolutely.
He is very, very good. He won them the King's Cup last year with the winning goal. He scored a goal in Champions League. He's a very, very
Scores
good.
in every final. Every time there's a final, Gareth Bale scores.
He's a money time player. He's the poor man's Ronaldo. Not always even the poor man's version. He's really, really
Worth
good.
only 100 million
and
euros.
we heard a lot lately about Gareth Bale potentially going back to England for an incredible fee, 125 million euros or million pounds. So Bale is saying, no, I want to stay. Florentino Perez, the president, says Bale will stay here for years. Bale is still a young player. He's part of the future of Real Madrid. But you never know with those players. They can leave at any time. They can get a crazy offer from Manchester City, from Paris Saint-Germain.
Chelsea.
But Chelsea, of course, but as long as they're in Real Madrid, they need to coexist, Ronaldo and Bale. And if they won't, I think Barcelona might, take the first place.
And that's a clash we'll surely watch. And Michael, the press is obviously taking a close look at this. This is much more interesting than just another win. What did Ronaldo say about Bale? All these things coming up.
Well, despite Bale being having a sensational goal, the big news was about how he was being booed by the fans. There was a lot of issues with him. He had an opportunity to pass the ball to his.
Ronaldo was in better position.
Was in better position, and the fans were not happy. They booed him. They said that they're calling him a ball hog, and that the fact that he didn't make that extra pass is looking as if he's a selfish player. So this is something that there is a little rivalry within, but Carlo Ancelotti has jumped into the defense for Bale, and he said that, as a goal scorer, it's important, but the relationship is there between Ronaldo and Bale, and everything is okay. So they're trying to calm it all down, but ultimately we can see a little bit of issues, and the fans are getting involved as well.
Very, very interesting. Tensions are rising even when the team is winning. Now in other results from the Spanish League, Valencia was hoping to continue their run after beating Real Madrid last week, but Celta Vigo had other plans. That game ended in a 1-1 draw. Eibar beat Getafe 2-1 at home, and Seville maintained their spot among the top four after winning 2-0 in Almeria. One more match left until the halfway mark, and this is what the top looks like. Real Madrid are first with 42 points, and with a game in hand, Barcelona is a point behind, and Atletico Madrid are third, but once again 4 points behind the leaders. Seville, also with a game in hand, are fourth with 36 points, one more than Valencia in fifth. Atletico Madrid did not have a good game at the Camp Nou last night, but overall this has been a good week for the club, not only because of the victory over city rivals Real Madrid in the Copa del Rey, but mainly because of the return of one of their favorite sons. Fernando Torres came back as a hero after more than 7 years in the Premier League. Lies Barenboim and Michael Friedman look at Torres and other players who searched for glory outside, but eventually came back home.
While many top players leave their beloved clubs, others return to where it all began. This is the case of Fernando Torres. The Atletico Madrid prodigy has gone back to where it started for him. A comeback that delights his manager.
We continue to improve ourselves. Now Fernando must adapt his skills to the common goal of the club. His arrival is very important to us. It is a beautiful moment for him as well. He has come to a team that have been together for many years now. All we need is for him to give us a hand with his excitement, his effort, his skills, and his passion.
The star striker has looked at his own ability to grow and return home.
I was a child at 24 years of age. There was something very hard for me in those young years. I had to leave Atletico in order to grow. It was the most difficult moment of my career.
In the 2000s, Fabregas left Arsenal to go back to Barcelona. He stayed there only 3 seasons before heading back to the Premier League last summer. This was also the case with Gerard Piqué, who exploded at Manchester United before returning to Barcelona. In the Netherlands, Ajax often welcomes back the talents they nurtured. Dutch star and triple Ballon d'Or winner Johan Cruyff returned to his roots 8 years after leaving the Dutch club for Barcelona. Despite being 34 years old, he scored 14 goals in 36 games and propelled Ajax to the championship. However, the owners of the clubs did not renew his contract and he finished his career at Feyenoord. But you don't always have to be above 30 to return to where it all started. Lucas Podolski was 24 when he made a comeback at Cologne after 3 seasons at Bayern Munich, despite interest from other major European clubs. He is currently at Inter Milan and is a great addition for his manager.
Podolski is a significant player with a great career, and he is only 29. I think he could help us. He's not an inexperienced player or at the end of his career.
League One footballers are no exception. Many are going home after soaring in Europe, as Eric Abidal did last year in Monaco. He had an excellent first half of the season before deciding to retire. Still, others have shined at the place that made them icons, as we've seen with Didier Drogba for Chelsea and Kaká at AC Milan. A footballer's first home is sometimes not only his last, but also the best place to finish a career.
It's very romantic that all these players like Fernando Torres come back home, but eventually it's just another transfer, and we saw that with Fabregas. He came back to Barcelona, then it didn't really work. Another offer came in. He's at Chelsea now.
Of course, with Fernando Torres, it's an outcome. The fact that he's going back to Atletico Madrid is an outcome of his lack of success in the last few seasons in England and now in Italy. Fernando Torres was a huge prodigy in Atletico Madrid as a young footballer. He was probably the best young player in Spain. He moved to Liverpool. He had a smashing first season. You know, he was a great footballer for Liverpool. He was purchased for £50 million to go to Chelsea. Roman Abramovich really wanted Fernando Torres. Over there, he ended up being a bust. He stayed there for 2-3 years, maybe more, didn't really play well, moved to Italy, was there for half a season, did not play well. Now he's going back to Atletico Madrid to reinvent himself.
Reignite his career, basically.
To reignite his career, because it's probably his last chance to reappear as the great El Nino Fernando Torres. And we know that he's still very, very far from the heights that he was in his career. And let's also not forget him scoring the winning goal in the first Euro in 2008. You know, he's one of my favorite players in the last decade. I really like Fernando Torres, but I couldn't foresee the way that he declined so fast.
In the Premier League, absolutely. And now to our final subject today, the Ballon d'Or will be handed later tonight. Cristiano Ronaldo, Leo Messi or Manuel Neuer will be awarded with a trophy for the best player of the year. I'm sorry to say, Yoav, I feel FIFA brought in Manuel Neuer because they have to bring 3 players. We know with this organization, it's as long as Messi or Ronaldo are there, one of them will probably win it. I hope it would be different, but it's not.
Probably not. Yeah, I think Cristiano will win, maybe Messi. We talked about it a few weeks ago, about Neuer being a deserving candidate this year
the only one who's
a
world champion.
The guy doesn't score goals, but he prevents a lot of goals. And the best goalkeeper in the world won the Bundesliga. Okay, it's Bayern Munich, but still won it convincingly. And then winning the World Cup. It's a great achievement. You know, a year before he won the European Championship. He's a really, really great player, and I would like to see once not Ronaldo or Messi winning it when there is a worthy candidate such as Manuel Neuer.
Absolutely. Michael, what's the press thinking about it? Should Manuel Neuer prepare a winning speech, or is it worthless, really?
The Guardian's headlines read, "Can Manuel Neuer surprise Ronaldo and Messi to win the Ballon d'Or?" Ultimately, it's the press say that he's very deserving of it. He's the best goalkeeper in the world, but it's very unlikely that he'll be able to wrestle that away from those 2 superstars. Each of them have a right for this for this award, but for a goalkeeper to come in and win it, it's very rare. The last time was 58 years ago with Russian Lev Yashin. So many believe that the World Cup winner should get this, but as we see time and time again, it's the goal scorers that get the trophy.
And you know, many people say Ronaldo, he brought Madrid the Decima, which he did. Sergio Ramos, to me, brought Real Madrid to the Decima because he scored that goal that took them to overtime. If he had been there, if it wasn't him. then you know.
Benzema, a lot of great players in Madrid. Yeah, he brought the decima. He's their best player. He scored a lot of goals this year, probably more goals than anyone else in world soccer.
And he's a great player, no doubt.
No, of course. And he brought Portugal by himself to the World Cup. But then in the World Cup, Ronaldo didn't show up.
Nope.
But you know, looking at Messi, Messi did not win the European Championship. Messi did not win the Spanish Championship. Messi did not have a great World Cup, although he won the best player of the World Cup. But that was a joke.
Some FIFA
he
thing.
also did not win the World Cup. So Messi for sure should not win it this year.
Absolutely.
It's Cristiano Ronaldo or Manuel Neuer.
And the answers later tonight. Yoav Borowitz, Michael Friedman, thank you very much. And you'll be here again tomorrow for our Tuesday edition. And that's it for today. Join us again tomorrow for an in-depth look at the action from England and France. Till then, thank you for watching and have a beautiful day.